Now, I have to ask you, this is the hardest hitting question I'm going to ask you on this interview.
Okay.
Right? And this is what people always talk to us about, and I will bet that will be the number one comment on this video. Why is there that big air dam in the front on these off-road models, right? Because that is the one part of the vehicle that's not very off-road worthy. This is a 2016 Chevy Colorado with the Duramax and the Z71 package. In other words, it's the off-road truck with the diesel. So coming up next on the Fast Lane Truck, I had a chance to chat with Mike Simmons, the Global Performance Manager for all GM trucks, about this truck and about what GM was thinking when they built and designed it. Okay, good. Passenger, there you go. You know all about this brand new Duramax.
Hopefully.
All right. All right, let's get the important numbers out of the way because that's what people care about. Torque and horsepower, right? It's 369 pound-foot of torque?
That's correct, which is 500 newton meters.
And 181 horsepower?
That's correct.
All right, and payload capacity is what, 7,700 and 7,600 based on the
trailer and
right. Trailer capacity is 700, yeah. 77 for two-wheel drive, 76 for four-wheel drive.
Correct.
And payload, I want to say 15.
I don't know.
I want to say 1560. I think
that sounds about right. We'd have to confirm that. Yeah.
So those are the important numbers, but I think people want to know kind of the story behind those numbers. Now, this engine came out of one of your trucks that was in Thailand, is that right? But you just can't take a truck engine from Thailand and transplant it in America and call it a day, right?
Yeah, we did a lot of work. First of all, it was a very capable engine. The horsepower, the power numbers were there. Our mission was, how do we refine it for the North American market, and that's from mostly from an NMB standpoint. And so we did a lot of work with our powertrain partners to not only address the base engine for noise, but also the path into the vehicle. So things like driveline attenuation, the acoustic package on the vehicle. How do we make sure that it's a really refined, pleasing experience for our customer? And I'd like to say that when you're driving this at highway speed, you're hard pressed to know that you're in a diesel engine.
Yeah, you can really hear that kind of percolator, diesel clatter when you're outside, but in here,
yeah,
you can't hear anything.
And that was our goal. We knew we had to be very good in this market to be as good as the best in class for noise performance on a diesel engine, and that was our mission, and I'm pretty proud of where it turned out.
Now, how about, of course, the big topic now is how clean it is. Have you guys cleaned it up? Did you have to do a lot of work to get it to pass EPA certification?
That's a better question for our powertrain folks. Right. They're responsible for this. I will tell you that we have a lot of experience with diesel after treatment systems with our heavy duty diesels, and that all that technology was applied to this. We have a diesel exhaust fluid system that we've spent a lot of time, a lot of hours on working and perfecting, and this truck has that, and we're very confident we'll meet all the requirements. Yeah, I just learned that you're going to get to test a truck in real world driving conditions, not just on the dyno, because of what happened with Volkswagen. So that's going to make it interesting. It certainly will. Yeah, I don't know the story behind that, so there's a developing story there that I probably can't speak to.
The thing about diesels, obviously, is they're heavier.
Right.
So this is a heavier engine than the equivalent. I think it's a 3.6 cylinder.
Yeah,
3.6 liter. That's in the regular.
So this diesel, this 2.8 liter Duramax, has a cast iron block.
Yep.
Where our gas engine is aluminum. So it is heavier. I would say it's roughly a little less than 200 pounds more.
It's also turbocharged.
And it's turbocharged, yes. So one of the challenges there is we had to go in and retune the vehicle for that added mass. And so this is a whole new shock package on this vehicle, tuned specifically for the diesel. I'm really happy how it turned out. It's a very, very pleasing drive down the road or even off-road, as we're going to see here. We have an awesome line of accessories available for these vehicles, and our accessory group does fantastic in staying on top of the latest and best accessories. Trail Boss basically takes some of those and integrates them into a package that not only does it look very good and handsome, but it's also very capable off-road. And as you enter a grade, when you hit about a 10% downgrade, whatever speed you're going, it'll hold you at that speed the rest of the grade. You can adjust that speed by either the accelerator or the brake, and whatever you brake to, it'll hold you at that speed or accelerate to. Or we've set it up so that you can use the up and down cruise control buttons to adjust that speed as well. So this is one area. I wanted to say that to you before you got here. This is one area that you could experience that.
So, yeah. By the way, I did talk to the numbers guys, and they said that the Trail Boss package, if you were to separately buy it, would be $7,000, and if you get it as a package, $6,000.
Okay, so that sounds about right.
Yeah. Well, that's what you guys told me. I'm just going with that.
I'm very thankful I don't have to deal with cost numbers. I get asked all the time how much this costs, or it's like I have no idea. I've talked to another group for that.
I'm slowing it down now using the cruise control, and so I'm holding it at 3 miles an hour. Yeah, it's very capable. Now, I have to ask you, this is the hardest hitting question I'm going to ask you on this interview.
Okay.
Right? And this is what people always talk to us about, and I will bet that will be the #1 comment on this video. Why is there that big, like, air dam in the front on these off-road models, right? Because that is the one part of the vehicle that's not very off-road worthy.
That air dam is an aerodynamics enabler for us. It helps. I mean, it's substantial enough that it's not something that we can remove because we need it for aerodynamics for fuel economy. It is easily removed with a few
You tried it?
screws. It's not too hard to remove.
Have you tried it?
I've taken them off.
Yeah, we've taken them off. They're not that easy to remove.
No, okay.
I just saw a tarantula walking across. Actually, I just ran over a tarantula walking across the trail. And you come up to the trail, right, and you got to lay down under the truck with tarantulas and spiders and, you know, what else? It's not that easy to remove.
Okay.
Yeah, you need like a little, like a little grommet maybe or something.
Okay. The idea, though, is to make it removable. And for the off-roader, a lot of them take them off, leave them off. It does definitely help you with aerodynamics.
No, I mean, I get it. I completely get why you would want that. It gives you better fuel economy. It makes it much more fuel efficient. But on the Z71 package, it would seem like that would be something you would either want to make removable, and then if you do remove it, you know, where do you put it, right? And you got this big air dam that you got to throw in the back of the bed or in here, right? It's not, and you got screws. It's just not an elegant engineering solution.
Okay,
and we'll leave it at that.
I'll take that.
I'll take that.
Appreciate that.
Take that back to your guys.
Appreciate that.
That's what we hear all the time.
So this truck is equipped with our automatic our T-case.
Yep.
So there's basically 3 modes. You can go auto, which is basically an on-demand four-wheel drive. We also have 4 high and 4 low that you can lock it into those, and that's basically it. It's the same as what we offer on our base truck, and we feel very, very capable in the off-road.
Now, when you lock it, can you lock the diffs, or do you are they open diffs?
They're open. The rear has a G80 type rear locking differential, but the front's open.
Okay.
Yep.
You know, the one thing we always find with trucks is they're incredibly off-road capable. They're probably the most off-road capable machines you can buy outside of like dedicated Jeeps, right? Wranglers. But the one downside, of course, if you're seriously off-roading, is the breakover angle because they're so long.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, They're really good. The other, oh, there's one other downside. If you're looking at like a Silverado, it tends to be too wide, right? This is nice because it's much narrower. It's easier to get in and out of tight situations.
Right.
This is almost like a rally course. It'd be kind of fun to come flying through here at speed.
Right.
You guys do that when we leave, when the journalists leave? You go flying through this?
I'm not allowed to say what we do.
Especially not on camera, huh?
Yeah, that's right.
The suspension feels really well dampened. You know, I mean, we're on some kind of loose rocks right now, and I don't feel like I'm getting too bounced around. I feel like I can kind of tell what the wheels are doing as much as you can off-road.
Yeah, it's one of the challenges of trucks when you're tuning the suspension. You obviously want it to ride very comfortable on the road.
Yeah, of course. Well, when, you know, they're two diametrically opposed things, right? What you need to do off-road is the exact opposite you needed to do on-road.
Right, exactly. And then we have the added thing of having to handle a load, a payload, and pull a trailer, and there's some pretty stringent requirements around trailer handling. So it's a pretty complicated puzzle that we try to optimize for all, and very happy with how the Colorado has come out in all those situations. What's really nice, if I can make a comment, what's really nice about the diesel and this kind of thing is, you know, it's a slower speed course. You get a little bit of, we're going to get into some pretty steep descents. That available torque is there for you. You know, I mean, if you get into a steep uphill or steep downhill grade, that diesel torque, you can obviously right away know you've got what you need to climb that grade. Where,
well, that's what. It's funny that you say that, because I was just thinking about that when you were telling me about the fact that it has a hill descent control. I was wondering if actually the exhaust brake would work as a kind of a ghetto hill descent.
I don't think at these low speeds you're going to get a lot of exhaust brake
and grade shifting.
Yeah,
if I put in tow haul mode.
Yeah. Well, tow haul and exhaust brake are actually together on the Colorado.
Also, when we've
integrated the two. Yeah.
When you disable the traction control, do you also disable the stability control in this? Can you turn all that off, or is it always kind of on just a little bit in the background? Because sometimes we find that the traction control can get in the way of off-roading because you need wheel spin, and it won't give you wheel spin.
Right. I gotta remember the answer here.
All right.
So you can turn the stability track off with one push.
Yep.
You can push and hold. Well, let me try this.
Let's try. Okay. So now it's off. It says TC off.
If you push and hold it, I think what does it say?
Now it's just completely off. Yep.
Yeah. You still have ABS.
Right.
But you've turned off traction and stability track.
That was a little too fast. Sorry.
Now it will re-enable itself above 35 miles an hour.
So when you get back on the highway, it'll turn itself back on.
So with as a safety feature with a kind of a higher G vehicle, which this isn't a real high G, mid-sized truck, but we don't want to leave it off in a situation where someone might need it. So.
No, because there are a lot of situations where actually a little bit of wheel spin, trying to crawl up especially steep rocks is good to have. And so when and actually in snow as well. So we've actually encountered situations where you can get in a car, and if you're on a slip enough road, the car will not move. Right? Not because there's no power, just because the electronics thinks that there's no traction.
Right.
And so you floor it, and the car just sits there. And if you can't disable it, you're like, well, I guess I'm not going anywhere.
Right. Well, as we tune our traction control, that's one of the things we look for, is to make sure that you don't get in a situation where you're on ice and you need to move, pulling out into traffic or whatever. So it's one of the factors that goes into the tuning of that system.
Of course, we want to do a complete TFL off-road review on this truck, but you're going to have to wait till we go to Colorado because, well, on this GM program, it's time to hit the trail and go back to Colorado. So click on me if you want to see more 2016 reviews, and don't forget to subscribe for a new truck video at least every week. As always, this is Roman reporting for the Fast Lane Truck. Check out tfltruck.com for more news, views, and everything you ever wanted to know, off-road previews. See you next time. Ciao.